What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Chasing the Championships. I am T-Man, and we're back again with the team I used in Melbourne to get top 8 at the Oceania International Championships. So, gonna be playing one more episode with this team, and we'll see if we can finally bring ducks. Last time, I think I brought all 4 other mons in for gold ducks, so hopefully I can bring those this game since they're kind of like the backbone of the team. They're more of the fun part of the team, and you know, it also limits what Tapu Koko can do since Thunder is such a huge part of the strategy, and not bringing Pelipper kind of limits that. So hopefully we'll be able to show off that a little bit, and then later on in the week we'll be moving to a different team since, like I mentioned last time, I'm getting really bored of this team. I played it so much, but I do still think it's very good. I don't think people have been adjusting. People have been more focused on things like Gigalith, which have been doing very well since the International. So we're gonna get a team of Tapu Lele, Drifblim, Kartana, Garchomp, Snorlax, and Arcanine. So a pretty typical, Drifblim Lele team that we've been seeing a lot of lately. How do I want to handle this? Question, which P2 set do I have? The one I used at Internationals was Return Toxic, and that is the one I currently have. So, with that being said, I'm going to lead Tapu Koko and Porygon 2. The reason why I was checking the Porygon 2 set was because I have Return, which means that if he leaves Tapu Lele, I'm likely getting an attack boost, and I'll be able to double into a Lele on turn 1 and probably pick up a knockout. From there, I think I'll probably bring Pelipper Golduck. I mean, Pelipper Golduck has a good matchup against the rest of the team. The only other thing I'd want to really bring is the Buzzwole. I think Buzzwole lets me deal with the Snorlax, lets me deal with the Kartana, lets me hit the Garchomp pretty hard too. That actually might not be a bad bring, and then I'll bring Pelipper still. So yeah, let's do that. We'll bring Buzzwole, we'll bring Pelipper. I can always go into Tricking if I really want to as well, since I did bring 2 of the Slaughter monsters, including Pelipper and Buzzwole, so I can always go for Volt Switch and Trick Room, but I think the goal is that if he leaves Tapu Lele, I'll be going for Volt Switch and return into the Tapu Lele slot on turn 1. Yeah, that's what he did lead. So the thing here that we usually see is the Drifblim going for Tailwind and the Tapu Lele going for Taunt for Porygon 2. We are going to see Psychic Terrain go up, which means that it's not Scarf Lele, which is also nothing that we normally see with this, but I think this is a pretty solid situation if we can take out the Lele pretty early here. So I think what I want to do is go for a turn and go for... I think I want to go for the Volt Switch, but I'm expecting the Taunt into Porygon 2, but I think it's also very likely that the Lele can go for a Psychic into the Koko slot. And in that situation, I probably want to not switch in Buzzwole, which means I'm switching in Pelipper and I'll go down to my Focus Sash, but I think that's fine. I also limit Arcanine in the back, if that is the case, but yeah. Drifblim's going to go for Tailwind, we'll get the Volt Switch off, which is solid. And let's see, yeah, that's definitely going to put the knockout. Critical hit, sure. So we'll both switch out into Pelipper just to be safe. Don't want to lose Buzzwole to a Psychic here, so even if it does go for Psychic, I think this is probably still fine. We got Rain up, and nothing in the back should be too overly threatening. But it is the taunt into the Porygon 2 slot, so pretty ideal turn 1. Pretty much what we expect from this kind of lead. So yeah, pick up a knockout there, and he gets a Tailwind, so what could he have in the back? He's gonna bring in Kartana. Alright. So, in his shoes here, I probably just double into the Pelipper slot since it's the only thing threatening Kartana. I could go for a turn into the Kartana, but that means next turn the Porygon 2 is just sitting on the field and it's still going to double into Pelipper. I think actually what I'll do is I'll go for a turn into the Kartana, break the potential Focus Sash, and then switch out into Buzzwole, since Buzzwole should be able to take a combination of attacks from Drifloon and Kartana pretty well. Granted that it's not Acrobatics, Drifloon. Yeah, it is Shadow Ball though, so this is fine by me. Buzzwole should take this pretty well. The special defense drop is actually pretty bad though. Because you see, I'll take less than 50% here, which means I would have been able to just superpower the Kartana next turn. But, ooh, that's really bad actually. Alright. So if it would have been just a switch out of Drifloon, or Pelipper into, protect Pelipper, switch out Porygon 2 to Buzzwole, that would have been a little bit safer. I want to take care of the Kartana as soon as possible though, and that's looking kind of hard now. So, how do I want to go about this? I think I probably lose Buzzwole to a combination of Shadow Ball and anything from the Kartana, which means Kartana also gets a Beast Boost. Alright, I think I'm going to bring in Coco and go for Superpower. Reason being is he likely takes the knockout on Buzzwole this turn. Then I can get Coco and Pelipper on the field with one turn of Tailwind left. I can double protect to stall it out, and then I can go for Thunder and Tailwind the following turn. So I'm kind of just game planning for the next few turns ahead. I think this gets us in a pretty solid situation. Kartana getting the Beast Boost here is pretty threatening if I leave it unchecked. But potential Focus Sash is broken, and Thunder should be able to put my knockout onto the Kartana. So just bringing in Pelipper here should be fine. We'll go for the double protect in this kind of situation, and I think we're okay. Just double check and make sure it counts my Tailwind turns correctly. You only make that mistake once. Okay. So, yeah, double protect. And then next turn I should be able to just go to Thunder and Tailwind. Because this turn's likely just a Leaf Blade onto the Coco and a Shadow Ball onto the Pelipper. Just trying to break the Focus Sash on the Pelipper. But yeah, now Coco's faster than Kartana, and the only way that it gets faster is if I Tailwind and you just master a Tailwind, so pretty good spot, I think. Yeah, Drifloon's just gonna go for Tailwind, and we'll be able to keep our knockout with Thunder here. I guess it could be a Solfest, and it could live if it is a Solfest, but no. Yeah, we'll take a pretty clean knockout there, and we'll match Tailwind, so whatever's in the back is going to be slower than Coco, most likely. I do lose Rain though, which is kind of annoying. Important thing to know is that Drifloon only has Shadow Ball most likely, which means that I can just kind of send him Porygon 2 and Toxic it, and I should be able to beat it that way. But it's Garchomp. Garchomp's last mon. Trying to think what the safest way to clean up the endgame is. I think it's Volt Switch off of Drifloon, switch out of Pelipper. Yeah. So by doing that, I'll set up single target Dazzling Gleam damage on Garchomp. And I'll also be able to get the chip damage I need with Pelipper. Or Porygon 2, depending on which knockout he picks up next turn. Yeah, attack boost is cool here, it doesn't really matter too much. Shadow Ball's gonna hit Porygon 2, trying to break the Focus Sash on Pelipper, but yeah, Volt Switch should pick up a knockout here, yeah. He still has the Terrain, or the Misty Seed boost, Psychic Seed boost, but in Terrain, Modest Coco can pretty cleanly pick up that knockout regardless. But yeah, with Focus Sash still intact, now I just get chip damage with Garchomp, with either of these mons, since you can't pick up 2 knockouts unless he starts rock sliding. So yeah, this is a pretty straightforward, streamlined game. We got the lead that we wanted to play against, and we got the first turn that we wanted. So yeah, we're gonna see Tech Rage into Porygon 2, and that should not pick up a knockout. That should probably do around like 70-80% from this range, and we should live like 10-20. But yeah, I mean, Koga could just come in and Dazzling Gleam and pick up a knockout, since single target Dazzling Gleam should be doing like 90% of the Garchomp minimum. Do I even need to? Can Porygon 2 just be the hero here? Go for a turn, the attack boost. Yeah. Alright, cool. And he's on 1 HP! Doesn't really matter, but... this team can get kind of flowcharty at times. Not in the way that you have, like, guaranteed plays that you make in the matchups, but, there's always generally an optimal play that you can make that's pretty straightforward, that's pretty easy to see. Just because you know what you need to do to set up damage to pick up the knockouts, I think everything's kind of like laid out for you right there. It's easy to see, you just have to recognize and execute. So things like knowing how much chip damage you have on the Garchomp there, knowing what you need to do to take out the Lele there on turn 1, since having return there is pretty important. You get the physical damage on the Lele instead of the special damage, which allows us to pick up a knockout. It's just piecing it all together. So we're gonna get a team of Tapu Bulu, Ninetales, Gyarados, Arcanine, Nihilego, and Togedemaru. So Gyarados is actually one of the more threatening things to play against when there is ways to protect it. There is a Togedemaru there, so safest ways to take out the Gyarados, either take out Togedemaru first and then hit it with Tapu Koko, or just start trying to brute force our way through the Gyarados with really ducks. I think I can pretty safely Pelipper Golduck here. Of course, the Tapu Bulu can threaten the Golduck. The Togedemaru threatens damage on both of them, but otherwise, I think it's pretty safe. Everything else does not want to be led against ducks. Ninetales especially, just because rain will go up, not hail. In back, I think Muck is pretty solid here. I think I want to go for something like Muck P2. I was debating bringing Tapu Koko, since Tapu Koko in that situation hits a lot of things from Team Heart, but there's also a lot of things that don't let Tapu Koko function the way it should. Tapu Bulu being one of them turns off terrain, and I don't do good damage back to the Bulu, so a lot of switching involved there. And then the Togedemaru, of course. So we are going to see Togedemaru Arcanine as the opposing lead, and getting Togedemaru off the field as soon as possible. Oh, it's Air Balloon. That's a sigh of relief. Yeah, that basically means that I can just target down the Togedemaru and pick the knockout instead of having to double into and break a Focus Sash. Alright, that's good. So, let me see. Is there something I want to see with Hydro Vortex? Since I think Scald is not going to pick up a knockout, Hydro Pump will. Or I could just Hydro Vortex and Togedemaru and take it out immediately. Nihilego is the only thing I could really think that I'd want to Hydro Vortex, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. I do have Muck in the back, which deals with me pretty well. So I think what I want to do is... I think I'm going to go for Double Protect here on turn 1. The problem there is Ninetales potentially switching in. So yeah, let's go for Hydro Vortex, and we'll go for Tailwind. we just do Fake Out. Target Pelipper, break the Focus Sash, which is fair. We'll pick up a knockout here with Hydro Vortex, but I'd assume this is probably something like a Wild Charge on the Pelipper, which means that he can get Weather Control for the rest of the game, which isn't the worst thing in the world. If he does take out my Pelipper here, I'll bring in Porygon 2 into the Trick Room. And, oh wow, he actually just went for Roar. I wrote out the Golduck. Alright, so that's interesting. So, what did he decide to bring? Gyarados. Alright. So, Gyarados is kind of annoying to deal with. What boost did I get with Porygon? Like, attack boost, which was negated by Intimidate. Okay. So, I think what I want to do is double into the Gyarados. Just getting damage on the thing as soon as possible is top priority. And him going for Roar on turn 1 pretty much tells me that he does not have Wild Charge, so I think this is a pretty safe play. He could just be hiding it too, I guess, but yeah, Dragon Dance with Gyarados is pretty expected here. Not really threatening too much at all, but yeah. So Hurricane should be doing a decent chunk of damage, 30%. And then Return should be doing around, I want to say like 30-40, because I'm not boosted. Yeah, that's like 40. As he goes for Roar again. Do I get Golduck? Alright. Rock comes in. That's not end of the world. He could go for Hydro Vortex. The question is, do I care if he goes for Hydro Vortex? I think I'd rather just double into the Gyarados. You know what, I'll go for Brine into the Arcanine. Arcanine does protect. So he could go for Hydro Vortex. Alright. No Hydro Vortex. I'd assume that's what he'd be going for in that situation. If he does take the knockout on the Muck that turn though, essentially what I get to do is bring in Golduck and just Scald. The Gyarados should still, since I should still be faster than it. So, I don't think that was terribly risky. He does bring Nihilego though, and I should be running out of rain soon. Yeah, I only have 2 turns of rain left, so I want to go for a knockoff onto Nihilego and switch out into Porygon 2, just so I can make sure rain goes back up. And once rain goes back up, I should just be able to clean out the game with Golduck. But yeah, I'll get the attack boost, which is cool. I'll go for Power Gem into the Pelipper slot. And he does reveal Life Orb, so this should be doing a decent amount of damage, as long as I don't get burned by Flamethrower. But we should have the game locked up regardless. I mean, yeah, Golduck kind of just wins here. Knock off into Arcanine, go first turn into Lego. And just, you know, pick up a knockout since, yeah, like, even if the Gyarados picks up a knockout, he can't switch out the Gyarados because Nihiligo's in the back, and there's no way he can knock out the Golduck over 2 turns with the Arcanine, unless he was, like, hiding something. But we still have Flamethrower Roar, so. Yeah. Don't really know why he'd be going for Roar in the first few turns of the game, but I guess Golduck on the field is not something that's good for him, but he doesn't really get too much out of it since he kind of just took damage in the process. I think something like leading Gyarados to Lamar would have been better for him. because once Gyarados gets set up and he can deny me putting damage on his Gyarados, which would have been a little bit problematic. But yeah, that should be it for our Ducks team. Who knows, if I bring it to Brazil and I do well there, I'll probably bring it back in another like month or two. So be on the lookout for that. Everyone's like convinced that I'm bringing Ducks. I'm not. I don't want to play this game again, but if the time calls for it, I will. So thank you very much, guys. I'll be back later this week with something new, and I'll see you guys next time.